G'day everyone, artist Wayne here on a wild and wet ride to one hell of a special secret location. And of course this ride comes with all the usual drama you can expect from one of our rides. So why don't we all just dive on in, because this is the Great Dividing Range Ride Episode 1. Well, it was hard to contain my excitement as I left the farm that wife Jack and I were still farm sitting for the past almost 3 months now. A magnificent location perched on top of the Great Dividing Range that a group of lucky motorcycling buddies would be spending the next 2 nights at with yours truly. This lucky gang of motorcycle riders? No, not that kind of gang. Yes, that's better. More like this gang of motorcycle riders were all converging on our meeting place in Wollombi, a small village in the Hunter region of New South Wales, Australia. 130 kilometres north of Sydney for those coming from that direction. As for me, well, I had the furthest to travel, a 170 kilometre ride, so naturally I arrived in the historic town of Wollombi first, just in time to purchase a big cup of starch you bastard from the local cafe. Then I sat and watched as Shervsy arrived, without having fueled up his bike. Oh dear, the nearest petrol station was 30 kilometres away. Next cab off the rank was Ben Hur, son of Dave, closely followed by this motley crew: Alan Wilson, Santiago, and Adrian the pin-up boy, who incidentally was sporting a new hairstyle. Adrian's just pulled up. He has a lower pelt now, but I'm not sure if that suits him or not. Now you've got a head like a coconut. Now we all had to wait for Shervsy to ride to Broke for fuel. A 60 kilometre return trip. And upon his return, we even considered having lunch at the Wollombi Tavern, because that's how late it was. But that idea, it was time to ride. And we quickly realised just how much rain they have had in this area. In fact, it seemed the whole of New South Wales had had loads of rain. Even we had over 100 mil of rain up there on the Great Dividing Range over the past couple of weeks, which was going to make it very interesting on the trails we were planning to take. Trails that can become quite treacherous when they've had a lot of rainfall. So today's plan, organised by our lead rider, the one and only Alan Wilson, builder, musician, legend and all-round top bloke, was to ride through the Yango National Park, then take the Commission Road, and after fueling up at Jerry's Plains, we would head on over to Muswellbrook to meet up with another rider. Ben Hur riding out in front of me on his father's mighty DRZ 400, carrying enough fuel in that huge safari tank for all of us. And following our lead rider Alan Wilson, riding a BMW GS 1200, who you might remember on one of our last rides had brought along his mighty Suzuki DR650, which constantly needed clutch repairs. It's hard to keep up with all the bikes Alan rides. As usual, Santiago was riding his wife Angie's Yamaha T7. Why she lets him continually ride it and destroy it, well, I have no idea. There's not a ride that goes by that he doesn't drop her bike on. Adrian the pin-up boy was riding his KTM 790, which he assures us, after spending thousands of dollars on, no longer has early morning starting issues. Good old Shervsy was riding his 690 KTM adventure bike with fuel, as we all enjoyed perfect riding conditions on what was a cracker day for a ride. We had a good pace going and were making great time, so as long as nothing went wrong, we would arrive at our destination in the early afternoon. We were well over halfway on the Yango track now and would soon be hitting Putty Road. Down, down, down into the depths of Yango, where sometimes it can get very wet and muddy, and considering the rain we've had, probably would be. And it just happened to be here up ahead that Santiago would drop his bike. Actually, let me correct that statement. He was about to drop his wife Angie's bike, and somehow I would become implicated in this upcoming fiasco. Now, I don't know what happened to Santiago after I passed him here, and I guess we'll never know because he never turns his bloody camera on. Fortunately, and surprisingly, he did video the aftermath. And I guess all we'll ever know is he dropped his wife Angie's bike again. And of course, I was the one in trouble.
So Wayne just left me to die.
Up ahead on the trail, Adrian was waiting for me to fuck up. Miraculously, I didn't, considering he had his bloody bike parked in the road. Let's watch that as an action replay. Just amazing. Anyway, when Santiago didn't turn up, Adrian went looking for him.
Wayne was just there and
You can't pick it up?
already out in Putty Road?
Hey, nah. I was stopping back up there. Come on, I want to see you try by yourself. Come on.
Like 10 times.
God.
Come up.
Get out.
You do it by yourself and see if you can.
Yeah, okay.
You go to the gym every day.
You watch. No, I probably can't. It's too fucking muddy. Where's your 1, 2, 3.
By now I had regrouped with Ben-Hur and we were heading back to see what had happened. Something's gone wrong. There's drama! Drama!
I was just behind you. Fucking saw me and you left me.
What were those two puddles were?
You hit a rock. Fuck. The
Did you? You don't even have a video camera.
Don't worry, I got him picking his, well, I got him a little bit of it.
Now it was my turn to wait at the big puddle to see who f***ed up.
Nearly got it.
Finally we had reached the putty road. But now we had more drama. What's up? What's wrong?
I turned around to help Santiago, now I've got a flat tyre.
Drama! Here, I've got a tube. Here, here's a tube I prepared earlier. That's f***ed, Adrian. You f***ed your whole day.
Well, I can't see anything in it. I don't know whether it's just come off the bead momentarily or fuck, I don't know.
Oh, I say no.
Tube or
No, tubeless.
tubeless?
So maybe you try to pump it up.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got her a peg.
Santiago, get that famous compressor out. Now you might remember the fury that unleashed the last time the three of us were together in the Flinders Ranges.
everything, me. I have to do everything. I have the GPS, I have the tracks. You can't get lost. Yesterday we spent 5 hours to track later, right? And now I have to my brand new pump. If it gets I'll get a new one. Cost double here in the Alps. Brand new, unused, and packed. So we're doing unboxing here in the channel. Come on, guys.
Turn it on, please. Unpacked, unboxed. Does it work? Ooh.
Is it working? It's working. Should I get a new one or not? What do you say?
Well, this is twice Adrian's used one of these pumps, so should he buy you one?
Broad.
Working.
Fantastic! Once again, we could ride. We left the putty road and hit the commission trail. However, we would give Adrian's bike one last check. Alright, Adrian's just going to check his bike to see if his tyre has a slow leak.
If my compressor was good enough.
Oh, that feels good, eh?
Oh, mate, it's still up there.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
37. 37.6.
The compressor is spot on.
Unpacked, unboxed. Now we could ride and feel comfort in the fact that we wouldn't be leaving Adrian the pin-up boy behind. And this trail would take us all the way to Jerry's Plains for fuel. That's where we were saying farewell to Ben Hur, but we would be picking up another rider when we left Jerry's Plains and headed to Musselbrook. our lead rider Alan Wilson, and let us well. We were about to all get safely out of the Commission Road so that we could make our way to Jerry's Plains for some much needed fuel, especially for Santiago.
Santiago's got no fuel. It's always you. Always you with the drama.
We need drama.
Alright, now all we had to do was jump on over to Jerry's Plains for fuel and sadly bid farewell to our mate Ben Hur. Here we are, we had arrived at Jerry's Plains, the perfect place to fuel up our bikes with petrol and or diesel. Whatever, I guess, floats one's boat.
Adrian, what did you say you did?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
What did you do? You put 200 ml of diesel in your bike.
Don't do that, you idiot.
Hey?
Now we could see if a KTM 790 runs better with a little diesel in it. Who knows, maybe it'll make it easier to start in the morning. We left Jerry's Plains and pointed ourselves in the direction of Musselbrook, where hopefully we could grab a late afternoon feed, do some shopping considering I didn't leave anything to eat at the farm. Although the boys couldn't complain because I did cut a shitload of wood. I mean, it is 5 degrees colder up on the range. So as the afternoon shadows grew longer and longer, we made our way into Musselbrook, hoping that we could get a late afternoon feed at one of the local pubs. Unfortunately, the pub was not serving food, but that was a no-brainer considering how late it was in the afternoon. We did, however, manage to find somewhere in town to eat, grab supplies, pick up Miro, the electrician, and make our way through Aberdeen towards Murrurundi. All of our bellies were full except for Miro's, who had fast-tracked his way from Sydney to Musselbrook, so we pulled into the Royal Hotel in Murrurundi just so as Miro could grab a feed. Miro thoroughly enjoyed his giant chicken schnitty at the Royal Hotel in Murrurundi, and then I could finally show the boys this beautiful farm which sits on top of the Great Dividing Range. Well, technically I couldn't show them the beautiful farm because it was so bloody late. On our way up the mountain, we did however see what would be on the menu for tomorrow night's dinner: succulent lamb. Once everyone was showered, rested and relaxed with a beverage in hand, I got to introduce all the boys to our little Jack Russell puppy, Lily. And shortly after that, the whole area of Murrurundi had a blackout. Evacuate!
Evacuate!
Evacuate! I mean, you just can't make this kind of shit up. What would be the chances? Anyhow, tomorrow was a new day, and it was probably going to be a drama-free day. I didn't like our chances, but hopefully it would be, because I so wanted to show the boys this gorgeous farm which sits on top of the beautiful and majestic Great Dividing Range. And hopefully tomorrow we could ride it. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, because I'm artist Wayne Dowson, and I'll see you all in our Great Dividing Range ride, episode 2. Thanks for watching everyone, especially you.